Okay,
All
appreciate
right.
you. All right, so right now I'm here with.
Oh, shit, fuck. I wasn't ready for that.
It's good, it's good, it's
I'm like,
good.
who are you here
All
with? Hold
right,
on.
LJack TV. Right now
Yeah.
I'm here with.
Your boy Bees.
Hey
Bees
man,
Designs.
pleasure to meet you, man. So my first basic question: what even made you want to choose being writing on canvases and being a painter and stuff?
Oh man, I don't think it was really a choice. It was like something I had to do. Ever
Mhm.
since I was a kid, I've
Yeah.
always felt it in me to create and
Mhm.
take whatever I've seen, absorbed, and put it onto paper or canvas. So it wasn't always like that though. I was an
Okay.
athlete first. Like
Mhm.
I did everything from baseball, basketball, football, and track. So
Okay.
I did that for a good bit, thinking like, oh, I'm about to go to the collegiate level
Yeah.
and take it further. But it wasn't until my senior year, my professor or my teacher at that time, she sat me, and I've mentioned this in many interviews. I hope one day she sees this.
Yeah.
Her name
Yeah.
is Miss Golsky, but she sat me down one day after class. She's like, "B, you need to get your shit together." Like
Mhm.
just flat out told me, just like, and I was like, "Oh my god, like did she just cuss at me?"
Yeah.
But I took that and like I took it personal, not like towards her, but towards myself. Like you know what, you are bullshitting. Like you
Mhm.
need to like get it together. So
Yeah.
I had an art class that year that allowed me to do whatever I wanted, any project from pastel to oil to pencil. So
Okay.
I took that seriously and I did a project after that. It was a charcoal pastel portrait.
Mhm.
And when I finished it, I was like, yeah, let me present this. So when I did, I ended up getting placed into an art fair
Okay.
at that time in our county or whatever. It was like that county art fair, and I
Mhm.
won a silver key, which in the art community is like second place.
Yeah.
Like there's gold, you get a gold key or
Mhm.
silver. I got silver, so when I saw that, it really put a fire under me. Like you know what, like not only do you know it, but other people know it too. It was
Yeah.
like confirmation from the universe, like I should continue this because not everybody has that ability. The side and can't
Okay.
yeah.
When you start getting into it and you start perfecting your craft, who was the one? Who was your first like? What would you call these type of art? Like what would you call
Like
this?
my portraits,
Yeah, like
like
a
who was the
port.
first
Yeah,
portrait?
who was the first portrait you made?
Um, well, that it was that chalk pastel one. It was a portrait
Okay.
of a guy by the name of Rory. He was
Rory.
an
Okay.
artist, or not like a visual artist, but a rapper singer at that time that I was
Okay.
influenced by. And that was the first one, but I would say the first like celebrity
Yeah.
artist or the celebrity that I encountered was Antonio Brown.
Antonio
Antonio Brown, yeah, that
Brown.
was the first one that was like it set it off, and it's crazy how that even happened because I knew the owners of the club that he
Mhm.
was performing at, and this was right after he shifted from playing football. It was
Yeah.
like right when he threw his jersey off and
Yeah.
whatnot, he started doing music. So he was touring and whatnot, and I had reached out to the owners, which by the way it was Enclave. Shout out to Enclave,
Okay.
Brandon and Chris. Appreciate y'all. Um, they allowed me to bring the piece. I told them I had it for them, and they set it up. So that led to this one,
Mhm.
So they all led to another one. Because when I met AB, he was in this room with like his posse and whatnot.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't know who D Ham was.
Mhm.
D Ham was in there with him,
Okay.
and D Ham, I'll never forget this. He came up to me and he shook me up. He goes, "You're the next Basquiat."
Oh.
I was like, wow, like that's
Mhm.
such a Basquiat. Do you know what Basquiat
Now I
is?
was gonna ask who's
Jean
Basquiat.
Basquiat. He was an artist back in the day. I forget what timeline. Um, Probably like maybe 70s, 80s. Andy Warhol time. Like
Okay.
they were friends. So Basquiat is an abstract expressionist that had a lot of controversial work, but also
Mhm.
had a lot of revolutionary
Okay.
imagery in a way where like he was painting things that wasn't normal.
Mhm.
So he created like his own lane and his own style. And so just to be compared to someone of that caliber was like it meant a lot. So in that exchange, I got his number
Yeah.
and we chopped it for a little bit. And he's like, I'm gonna need a painting from you one day. And I was like, say less. So boom, some time goes by. I This one actually wasn't the next one up because I did a few people before that,
Okay.
like Aaron Donald.
Okay.
Aaron Donald was another one. Uh, Aaron Donald. I think OT was. It might have been right after this one actually. I forget my timeline, but
Okay.
yeah, they ultimately all led to that next one,
Mm-hmm.
and they progressively just got higher in status, I guess.
Oh,
So.
that's what's up, man. So me and him and be able to give the gifts. How does that feel like being able to meet somebody you drew up and made a portrait of?
Oh man, the feeling is undescribable. There's like there's on one hand I'm excited, and I try to maintain my cool.
Yeah.
Inside I'm just like, but on the outside I'm,
Keep that aura.
yes.
Keep that.
But on the other hand, I'm also relieved because I put a lot of energy into these paintings, whether
Okay.
it's one that takes 10 hours or one that takes 2 hours.
Okay.
It's taken a lot of energy, and it has to come from a genuine place. Like I was mentioning earlier, I can't just do anybody. Like for example, when we were talking about this one,
Yeah.
this portrait was one of those pieces where I wasn't necessarily connected to that person in a way where I felt like there was any substance there. So I misjudged my download or misinterpreted my download, and I did it, and she saw it, had the opportunity to give it to her, and she didn't want it.
Okay.
So like not everybody's meant to get something like this, because again, when it comes to me and it goes through me, it's like this magic. It's really it's from the universe. So it's very exciting, and it's also like a lot of relief at the same time, because that's something that some artists can only hope for. Like, man, if I could just get this painting to that person, I don't ever think like, oh, I'm gonna get this painting to somebody and they're gonna change my life.
Okay.
I
I
do
like
it
that.
because the universe told me I had to do it, and in this time, for whatever reason, our energies and us as people were intersecting.
Okay.
So whatever that is, for it just had to happen. And I've seen it after the fact, after all these stunts, after they take place, something even more magical happens afterwards. So the art is really just the vehicle to carry the message, and what I'm trying to do. So whether it's to give somebody their flowers or just have a conversation with them.
Okay, I think I see where you're coming from, trying to find more meaningful wins instead of just doing it just to say you won and stuff.
Exactly.
So I like that mindset, because that's something I also been focusing on. Like, all wins don't matter unless they got meaning behind it and stuff. Yeah, intention.
They have to be intentional
and purposeful and stuff. So Regina, right?
This one?
Yeah.
This was Georgina.
Georgina. So when Georgina didn't accept your gift, how did that feel? Like, you put your hard work in, not just her, but you put your hard work in it, and they reject it or don't want to receive it. How does that make you feel?
Man, on one hand, I want to be upset, but then on the other hand, it really wasn't. It was something that I had to really sit back and reflect on and analyze as a whole, and see where I went wrong, or see where I could have done it differently. And it's just one of those things where you take it on the chin, and at the end of the day, it's art for art's sake. I at that time, whatever I was dealing with, I had to channel that energy, whether it was good or bad. So I had to get it out. I did it. I accomplished it, and that for me means more than trying to get the piece to that person, because there's a lot of projects. I mean, if you go to my studio, I literally have, like, I call it the graveyard. It's just mad projects all over the place that are unfinished. So to fulfill whatever is in my head and to bring it to life completely, wrap it up, and to be able to say I'm done, that within itself is a win.
Okay, I like that. And I like that when someone doesn't receive it, you don't like build hatred or animosity to them. You start reflecting on what you could have done better in that situation. I think that's where most people get it wrong and stuff, and like lose the winner mindset of just trying to be better and not taking accountability, I would say, and that's the most dope part and stuff. So I would say, who was your most favorite interaction, meeting them and stuff?
I would have to say it was with that Mexican OT.
OT,
Yeah,
okay.
that was probably one of my favorite ones. Solely because like it was so genuine. Everything from start to finish, how it happened, and I'll break it down. I won't go too far into it, but
Yeah.
how it happened was I found out the day before that he was going to be out here and he was going to perform, and I made that decision, like, I'm just going to go just to enjoy myself at the concert. I'm just going to enjoy the music. But then I got that download when I literally sat down, and it hit me. I saw his face. I saw the whole painting already done. I saw him with his mouth like this, exactly how I painted it, and I was like, dang. It was almost like I didn't say dang in the sense like, damn, I didn't want to do it, but it's like, dang, I only have like this much time to do it. So I did it. I probably spent like 2 or 3 hours the one night before doing it, and then the next day I finalized it literally right before, like just adding finishing touches. Okay. So once I finished that, and mind you, I was also running late to go to the concert. So I'm thinking I'm behind on my time. Not even, thinking like, oh, like this is where you're good. We pull up. When I was walking up, and mind you, it was at stage 80. When I was walking up on the side, I saw the tour bus entering in. I was like, oh. I told my girl, I said, we got to go this way. I said, we can't go that. We got to go this way. This is where the line was. I said, we got to go this way. So I go, and I have the painting, and I undo it, and there was a security guard there and like 3 other people. Those 3 other people were like connected to OT. I don't know how, but they knew him, or they knew his pops. So we're waiting, and the security guard was giving me a hard time. And I just want to note that no matter what you do in this world, there's always going to be an opposing force trying to stop you. And we can't let it. You know what I mean? Like what we got going on is too powerful to stop. You can try, and in this case, the security guard tried, and he was just doing his job. But the way he handled the situation was unprofessional, and there's just a right and wrong way to dealing with people, So he definitely rubbed us the wrong way by being aggressive. He said, if you don't move, I'm gonna call the cops.
Oh, dang.
Like all this other stuff. In the midst of us kind of having this interaction, one of the people that were there was on the phone with at the time I didn't even know, but he was on the phone with OT's dad.
Okay. And
his dad comes out. Mind you, I've never seen his dad before, right? Up to that point. His dad is swole. He's a big dude. Like, got all these tattoos and shit. He comes walking up. So he goes up to the security. He goes, what's up, man? Why are you harassing my people? He's like, they're here for us, you know? He's like, oh, no, they got to back up. He's like, no, you need to chill. So then it starts to get a little intense. In the midst of this, OT's dad, his name is Chuck. He goes, I'll be right back. He leaves, and he comes back out, and right behind him was like a couple people from the tour bus. Next thing I know, they're handing out VIP bracelets. He said, you see this? And he's looking dead at him. He's like, they're with us.
Okay.
Puts the band on, and then boom, as I'm getting the band on me, the guy that was giving me my band, his name's Lil Bubba. Cool as hell. He makes music with OT as well. Bubba, he's putting the bracelet on, and he was like, bro, this is one of the hardest ones I've seen. And right behind him is OT. So OT comes up, and now I'm like, okay, moment of truth. He loved it. He loved it so much, he grabbed it. He's like, come on. And like, he brought us all back, and he looked at this. He was like almost about to get into it with the security guard too, because the security guard was trying to push him back. He was like, this is my show. He's like, I'll get you fired. You know, like, don't fuck with me. So from there, it just was like it was like butter. It was like it was that knowing. It was like that knowing, like, and that relief again, like I made it, right? I made it through. I got it to him. But what was to come after was unexpected, unplanned, and something I couldn't even think of.
Mm-hmm.
So again, and I don't want to go too far, and I know I'm rambling, but
No, you're good.
we get in. I'm thinking we're supposed to be like in general admission, like we just go and find a spot. Chuck comes and finds us. He goes, "What are y'all doing down here?" I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "You're with us." So he brought us backstage with him.
Okay.
Brought us to the green room, and so now we're hanging out with OT and the whole gang. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Whoa." So boom. So we're talking, and Chuck is explaining some stuff that like it was personal. He was explaining some stuff from their past, and I'm listening, and I'm like, he's telling me this for a reason. Like I don't know what it is, but then, boom, because they were talking about Virgil's mom. OT, his real name is Virgil.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his mom, and I immediately had that download. It was like, okay. I said, how would y'all feel if I did like a live painting of his mom on stage?
Ooh.
Chuck goes, hold on. He leaves.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
He keeps leaving.
He leaves. He comes back. He goes, I just talked to Virgil. He said, let's do it.
Okay.
I said, bro, what? I for real was shook. I was like, what do you mean? He pulls out a piece of paper, slaps it on the table. He goes, pick a date. He had a whole tour list. He's like, pick a date. He's like, you want to come tonight? I said, oh my gosh. I was, at that time, I was working on a ceiling mural, and I had to finish that out. And I was like, yo, I got to finish this job, and then I could come out. And he's like, come to whichever one you want to. I was like, are you serious? So I picked the one in Texas because I figured that, because he's from Texas, that would probably be his biggest crowd. Sure enough, it was. And it was crazy, bro. So boom, boom, boom. We locked that deal in. A couple weeks later, and at that time I had a manager.
Okay.
So we ended up getting a tour bus.
Yeah.
We got a tour bus for this thing. So I had a videographer, a photographer, my one homie Benji, my lady, my manager, myself, and we're on this tour bus, and we went to Texas, bro, and I performed in front of I think there was 10 to 20,000 people.
Okay.
Like it was massive. And Paul Wall was there. His trailer was right behind mine.
Oh, dang.
So mind you, everybody has their own trailer.
Yeah.
Paul Wall was right behind me, and behind him was OT. So that was the first performance in front of a crowd like that that I did live. And I didn't know how much time I had, but I had 30 minutes, and I painted his mom's face really big on this canvas, and that led to another show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I did the one in Texas with him, and then I did another one with him in Colorado.
Okay.
So then, I got another tour bus, and we
So now you really working with him.
Yeah, so it really was like, yo, this is different. So, and I'll pause. I'll let him do what he gotta do.
You should be good.
Yeah, so, that just, it snowball affected. So, yeah, that was honestly one of my favorite stunts, if you will. I found myself backstage with OT, hanging out with him and, talking about stuff other than music and shit.
Yeah, real stuff.
He's a real genuine dude, and he really is. He's a stand-up dude too. So nothing but love and respect to Virgil, to Chuck, to Bubba, everybody on his team.
Okay. And aren't you Mexican or what's your
Puerto
culture?
Rican.
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican.
Oh, because I be seeing you post Spanish stuff, Mexican, the Day of the Dead and stuff.
No, my lady's Mexican. She's Mexicana. Yeah.
So y'all support the culture
Oh,
and
100%.
stuff.
Yeah, that's our roots.
And stuff. So, well, how do you express the culture into your art as well, too?
I'm trying to do more of that, actually. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of my pieces, they've been very just, what it is. They're portraits, you know what I'm saying? So what I did differently actually last month was I had a show in Philly, and the piece that I presented was conceptual, and this one was for the culture. Okay. So it was of this mother holding a cube of ice. Okay. And the ice is melting. So if you pick up when I'm throwing down, and on her back is her daughter. So and not only is she carrying her daughter, and not only is she on her back and holding this ice, but she's in water up to her waist. So it's a representation of ice melting, ice being something that doesn't last forever and is temporary and in a sense weak in comparison to our culture, our people, you know. It was really a statement piece to basically stamp a moment in our timeline of what's going on, and like with deportations, with racism, with people being pulled away from their families. So this piece was the first one I've ever done like this, where it's conceptual and it's telling a story. You know, so that one is definitely for the culture, it's for our people, and let the world know that Bees doesn't just do portraits or celebrity paintings and whatnot. So I feel like it is my duty, my mission to speak through my art and with my art.
Expressive.
So yeah, I'm working on it more, trying to get more like, more Boricua or Mexicana stuff in there. But, we're in Pittsburgh. So like there's only, so much that I, because also on one end you want to go with your surroundings in a way. Like if I was in let's say Texas, I'd do some I don't know, some more like cowboy related work or whatever if I had a show, because I want to please that audience in a sense, your demographic, right? You have different demographics, different locations and whatnot, and that definitely is like a factor for my painting sometimes. Like I remember I got invited to be a part of a show out in I forgot where it was, but it was a music festival. And I'm thinking like, oh, music, like I have a bunch of music artists that I've done, so I brought all these pieces, but not for nothing, when I pulled up, it was all country. So none of what I had resonated with anybody. So it's just like a knowing of like what to paint, when to paint it, who to display it in front of,
the
so,
audience and stuff.
Yep.
So I heard that this was your favorite, I mean, not your favorite, but your most, like you did it at a real, like, let me rephrase that sentence again, my bad. I heard that this was like the fastest you ever did a portrait and stuff, and ironically it was speed. So how was that moment, like getting it in minimum time but able to execute?
Oh man, see, and it's funny because ironically I look up and I see this word speed right there. I wasn't necessarily trying to go for a PR, like, oh, I need to do this in X amount of time. I had that download again, and I used my resources and my connections to help me figure out where he was going to be at. So once I got the drop, once I figured out, okay, I got a canvas, it really was just get it up there as quick as possible and just go, because I knew it was a matter of time before that window closed, because he was only going to be here for X amount of time. So, I did it as fast as I could, and when I finished, again, the finishing part was like, that's phase one, but then phase two is getting it out there. So
Stream sniping,
I had to. So there's a couple times where originally I didn't, because my one homie was with him. He was with him earlier in the day with Fed. Actually, oh my gosh, I lied.
What?
Fed was my first
portrait.
For a celebrity.
Shout out Fed, the guy, man.
Shout out Fed. Man, Fed was the first one. So fast forwarding back. So Fed was with him, my homie Afterthought, and a couple other people. So when I saw that I was going to, try to pull some strings, but I had seen that they had left. So I was like, all right, I got to rethink this. So then I went to the stream. I was like, hey, let's go see where he's at. Crazy enough, he was in the building, the same exact spot that my professor from Chatham, or from the Art Institute. He actually recently passed.
Sorry to hear that.
Shout out to Sean O'Mara, RIP. He literally had a design studio in that corner. It's called O Creations. And when I saw that, because like, Pittsburgh, you've been here for so long, you map out everything. You know all these little buildings are at and shit. So I knew exactly where he was. I was like, all right, cool. So once I finished it, I pulled up, and the security, let me turn my phone off.
You're good.
there was this like there was a barricade.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you would have thought the president was in town. The way they were you there at the
Yeah,
speed?
I didn't see Speed,
Oh,
but
bro, like the way they had it section. He had like 4 or 5 blacked out SUVs.
mm-hmm.
There was a corner where all the cops were at. There was probably like a dozen cops.
Yeah.
And then you had the street sidewalk over here
Mm-hmm.
where all of the fans were at.
Yeah.
So when I pulled up, and there was just gap. The street, this where the building was, and then the fans. The security was all through the street. So I just walked right up to the security guard. That's, I don't got time to wait. I don't have time to like try to, you know, like figure. Well, let me take that back, because in these situations, you have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to guess.
Yeah.
I had to have that knowing, right? I had to have that for sure solid yes. So I went straight up to the security. Security typically is in control of a good bit. So I go up to security, and he wasn't trying. I had it covered originally.
Okay.
And he wasn't trying to look at it. I was like, yo, bro, like I just did this painting. It's for Speed, where can I stand?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you got to move over here. He's trying to put me back over where the the crowd was at. And I was like, yo, like just look at it. So I opened it up, and he stopped, and he was like, whoa. And then he leaned into me. He's like, yo, this is raw. I was like, you fuck with it? He's like, yeah. He's like, this is raw. He's like, over here. So he told me to move away from everybody and had me up on the corner. So from there, I had like a direct path to him.
Okay.
So boom, I was out there for probably like an hour. Because I'm thinking like he was getting his hair done at that time, So I was thinking like it wasn't gonna be that long, but I ended up waiting like an hour, and then he comes out, and the security guard was like, he's like, go. So boom, I go straight direct path. Mind you, all these people are like starting to close in now because he's out. Like there's only so much you can do as security to stop all these people.
Yeah.
So I got close enough to him, but I didn't like just bring it immediately to him. So if you've seen the video, we come like this. It was one of his people that were like pointing at me, like to him. They were like trying to get his attention to my area or whatever. So he sees it, and that's where he just lit up. Like it was unexpected, the way he reacted, and that it was just gold. After that, it was just like butter. So
hey, that's dope, and it was live stream too.
It was live, yeah. That definitely it blew up. That post I put up after it blew up. So very grateful for that, and grateful for his team for communicating back, because that's also another hurdle. Is like, okay, you can get it to somebody, but how are they going to transport it out? That's where you got to start dealing with other people. There's layers to it. So Ames, shout out Ames. Ames definitely looked out, and I sent him the copy.
Oh,
that was definitely, still to this day I get people talking about it and stuff. So and also on the simple fact that he's doing stuff every day. So
he's constant.
He's relevant. Yeah,
every day. So I also see you paint like clothes and other stuff besides just canvases and stuff. So how did that start? Like you designing clothes? Did you start designing clothes before canvases, or it was just more like an add-on?
It was more of an add-on, really. Like even like pants like these, people were like, oh man, those are dope, and I'm like, well, these are just my work pants. You know what I'm saying? So I started dabbling into clothing when I got custom orders. So like Dwayne was probably one of the first people that hit me for anything like this.
So would you start your own clothing brand?
I did actually. I did. It kind of went under after some shit hit the fan. Like it's still like registered and everything, but it was Schmoove Apparel.
Okay.
I had like a whole line. I had a release drop for it, and it did pretty well for a little bit. But as I progressed into my career, I was being pulled away from the art. And like I found myself just like on my computer all the time. So I had to take a step away from it. And when I did that, I ended up doing a power move and opening up a studio. Okay. So then when I opened up the studio, I ended up having and I was explaining earlier, I had like a team involved of people that, different artists, musicians, motivational speakers. I had a tattoo artist in our studio. Like I had all these people that was taking up not necessarily taking up my time, but I had people around me at all times, and I felt like I wasn't like I wasn't creative.
Okay.
Like I was more or less like a director at that
Mhm.
in that moment of time, because I was doing a lot of shows for other people. I was having events. We had comedy events. We had tattoo parties. Like we were doing it all. So at that time, I wasn't creating as much. So it really just it kind of dwindled a little bit. So now that kind of just forced me to focus more on my bees brand
Mhm.
and focus on like some merch for that. So I do have some stuff in the works. But you know, for the most part, a lot of what I'm doing is just canvas work.
Okay.
You know, so I do shoes though. I do a lot of custom shoes.
Okay.
But as far as like custom clothing, I would like to say I'm a fashion designer, but I'm not.
No, don't say that. Don't short
No.
yourself.
No, because I've tried it, dog. Like I've tried like sewing and whatnot, and that's like a different kind of tedious.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
at least you're trying to.
Yeah. It is what it is, but we'll see. Who knows? We
Yeah.
might have another brand come
And
out.
then last question, I would just want you to say like, what do you want the people to know? What do you want to be known for? And like, what's your message that you're trying to deliver to the people?
I want to be known as a great artist,
Mm-hmm.
but also an artist that never stopped. You know,
Okay.
there's this stigma or like stereotype of the starving artist. You know, like an artist that is driven by creativity and produces work, but is struggling financially.
Yeah.
And like I'm breaking that stereotype. You know,
Yeah.
I want to pioneer something different, and that's doing these these stunts.
Yeah.
You know, and only based off of I solely do that to let people know that I'm no different than you. I'm human. You know. The only thing that separates us is that I went out and did it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Executed.
so what I want people to know is like I never stopped, and I encourage you to never stop. And whatever that is, whatever you're doing, music, art, you're a cleaner, whatever it is, whatever your passion is, never stop moving or falling forward. In addition to that, I just want people to know that I'm doing everything I can here in my time to help my people. You know, I want to be known as someone that was here to help. I'm here to share, my gift, share love, and to, hopefully inspire and motivate people to try something different, even if that makes you feel uncomfortable and makes you feel a little uneasy, because in those times, that's where true growth and progress starts to take form. So I advise and suggest to go out your comfort zone and to try things that are different and just do it with your all. Like, don't half-ass anything. So keep moving forward, never stop, do it with love, with grace, and keep sharing positivity.
Okay. And you heard it live here, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. God bless you, man.
Much love.
And we out.
Wait, can I? Oh shit! Can I also add? Because you're gonna clip this, like.
Yeah, we were also gonna do like another interview where it's just like stand up one.
Okay.
It's just a real quick one, but if you have something,
I was gonna say, can I include like, you can find me at like Bees or Bees Designs.
Oh yeah,
like like an outro. I always forget to do that. Yeah, you guys can find me at. Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Let's like.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about 4-wheel drive?
That's your question? I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I don't have it, so I wouldn't know. My whip got 2-wheel drive. I'm sorry I dialed for that, but shout out to everybody that got 4-wheel drive. I hope you're safe.
And where could we find you at, man?
Oh man, you can find me on Instagram at beesdesigns_. You can check out more of my work on my you can see more of my work on my website at designbybees.com or my YouTube at designbybees.
Okay, you heard it live here. We out. All right,
Thanks,
appreciate you.
An honor.
Man.
Thank you.
And then we just gonna do the long top, and that's more like.